Hi guys, I am back with another video. In this video, I wanted to go over 5 things that I don't do anymore to save some extra money. These were simple changes for me to make, and it really adds up to a lot in my budget. So the first thing that I don't do anymore is gel nails. I used to pay $65, that's including a $10 tip, every 3 weeks to have my nails done. And I decided that was something that I didn't really need to do anymore. That was a want, it wasn't a need. I loved having long, pretty nails. So now I basically either polish my nails myself or I just leave them natural. And that alone has saved me $1,100 a year. The second thing that I gave up or cut down on was coffee to go. We used to stop for coffee all the time. 2 people, 2 coffees a day, 5 days a week. And it was costing us a lot of money. So we were spending about $1,560 on coffee. Now we only stop maybe once or twice a week. And that has saved us $1,092. We now spend roughly about $468 a year buying coffee when we're out. And it used to be something we did without even thinking about it. Sometimes there were days when I would have 3 or 4 coffees a day at $3 a piece. And these small things really add up, and they can amount to a good chunk of money in your savings. This one is one that I never would have thought of, and I was amazed at how much money we could save just by not buying clumping cat litter anymore. We have cats, we have multiple cats here, and we were paying $12 a week for a box of brand name clumping cat litter. And we switched a little over a year ago to the wood pellets. We were spending $624 a year on cat litter that we were throwing out. Now we spend $153. So that saves us $471 a year. Eating out was a really big one for us. Probably about twice a week, the two of us would go out to eat. When we were in town, we would stop and get something. Roughly about $40 each time, so we're talking $80 a week for eating out. We did not completely get rid of that because, I mean, there are times when you just need to eat out for whatever reason. So we cut that from twice a week down to once every 2 weeks, and we are actually saving $3,120 just with eating out. And we still do it. It's just we do it a lot less frequently. We cut that by about 75%. And these small things add up to big money. The next thing I wanted to discuss was brand loyalty at the grocery store or wherever you shop. I was a big person for Heinz ketchup and Kraft Miracle Whip and Tide laundry soap. Those are the 3 big ones. My laundry doesn't care whether I'm washing it with Tide or not. It doesn't care whether that Tide is costing me an extra $4 or $5. So I now shop for whatever is on sale, whatever is the cheapest. Sometimes that is Tide, and I will still buy Tide because I love it. But only if it's on sale. If I can get it at a comparable price to the cheaper brand, then I will still buy it because I prefer it. But I don't need it. That was a need and not a want. Or sorry, that was a want and not a need. You need laundry soap. You don't need it to be Tide. And the one that most surprised me was strawberry jam. No name strawberry jam at Atlantic Superstore is the jam that I've been using for years. I think it was maybe $2.49 when I started buying it, and it is now $6.50 for a bottle of strawberry jam. I can go to Dollarama because I shopped around. I tried 2 or 3 different kinds and I didn't really care for them. But I can buy a strawberry jam in a bigger bottle at Dollarama that tastes just as good for $2.50. That is a $4 savings just on a bottle of strawberry jam. So with these estimated savings, just on these things, these 4 things, and there are a lot more that I have changed. I don't buy regular brands unless I can get them for close to the price of the store brand. I have switched most everything that I buy to store brands. There are a couple of exceptions. Green Giant vegetables, I'm not giving them up. We've tried other store brands. They are hard. They don't have the flavor. So where it counts, I will still spend the money for the store brand. But if I can get a comparable product, something that we're happy with eating for less money, then that's what I'm going to do. I have estimated that I can save about $20 weekly on a grocery budget by just switching from the more expensive national brand to a store brand or a cheaper locally made brand. And these things all add up. So just from these 5 things that I don't do anymore, no nails, I do my own. No coffee. Well, we once in a while we'll have a coffee. We switched our cat litter. We cut down on eating out, and we cut down on brand loyalty as far as buying products go. That estimated savings on a yearly basis, and we've done this for a year, so I know these figures are correct. That's $6,823 that we were able to save, that we could put towards something else other than going in these places. There are a lot of other things that I've done as well. I didn't list everything on here. These were just the top 5. I wanted to do this just to show everyone that there are changes. Small changes add up to big things. Anybody can make a change. There's room in everyone's budget for a little bit of extra if you're willing to make some concessions, give up some things, cut down on some things, or find alternatives to what you're currently doing. There could be another, I could list probably another 10, but I'm not going to for today. I just wanted to keep this short. Everyone can do this. Sit down with your budget, find out where you're spending your money, find out where you can cut and trim that. You don't have to get rid of everything. You have to be comfortable with what you're giving up, or you have to be comfortable with what you're cutting down on. Everybody is different. Everybody's needs are different. It's like me. I didn't need nails. I wanted them. They're pretty to look at. I don't work outside the home. I'm a homebody. Most of the time, nobody sees my nails other than me. So to spend this kind of money on nails so that I can think I have nice nails, it's not worth it. This money down here that we end up with savings that I can look at in my bank account, or that I can put towards, that's vacation. I mean, for $7,000 almost, that is a vacation. So I would much rather have a vacation or have the savings than have these things. So this is just to show you what can be done if you're willing to do it. And again, you have to customize this for you, for your needs, for your budget. Maybe you don't buy coffee, so that's not something you can cut out. Maybe you were not getting gel nails, so that's not something that you can stop doing. But there are things in your life that you can get rid of if you wanted to, if you're willing to give them up. And in the long run, you can come up with a number similar or better than this one. And you can look at that at the end of the year and say, that's what I saved. This is the reason I gave up these things or cut down on these things. And now this is what I have. I can go on vacation. I can do whatever I want. And that is a really good feeling. And it makes you feel good to know that you are keeping yourself within your limits, within your budget, and that you're actually accumulating some savings instead of just spending every dollar that you get because you have it. I know people who will just spend until they have nothing left. They don't worry about saving anything. And that is not going to bode well for them in the long run, because there's going to come a time when you're going to wish that you had this money. So anyway, these are just things that I gave up in order to save money, and I'm sure that if you were to go over your budget, you can find similar ones and put that extra money into a different place, or put it into your savings, or maybe just have it for like a once a year spending spree. It's up to you what you do with your money. But this is what I'm going to do with mine. We are going to start putting it towards a vacation. And that is what I'm going to be feeding into my vacation binder with. Thanks for watching.